If I say Fablehaven, there's a good chance your kids' or grandkids' ears will perk up. It's a New York Times best-selling 5-part fantasy book series. The 5th book was released in 2010, and now here we are 15 years later, and the author has some exciting news. Brandon Mull is releasing his first book in many years. We're going back to Fablehaven, The Tales of Newell and Dorn, which is a new spin-off series from Fablehaven. And here to tell us more is the author himself. Welcome, Brandon.
Hi, yeah, thanks for having me.
Now, Fablehaven is so well known. It's sold millions of books. And so what can we expect from the new series, The Tales of Newell and Dorn?
Well, throughout Fablehaven, the satyrs, Newell and Dorn, are kind of the comic relief. These are the very irresponsible characters in the story, true to the nature of satyrs like in mythology, right?
Yeah.
But it was like, let's take the comic relief and see what happens if they have to be the heroes. It turned out really fast and fun.
Oh, that's exciting. And so they are learning a bit of responsibility, which I feel like parents are going to really appreciate.
Well, in a way, it makes it match, because the core audience of this is kind of middle grade students, right? Mm-hmm. And so just like they're on a journey of learning responsibility, the satyrs are on a very similar kind of journey of learning to be a little less selfish, a little more aware.
Yeah.
In Fablehaven, when magical creatures interact with mortals, that introduces change. So these satyrs are gradually moving through adolescence to become responsible people.
Oh, I love the crossover it's going to have with the audience. Now, as part of the story, they're doing a little bit of a road trip to Florida, it sounds like. And as part of that, they're expressing maybe some worries and fears. So how does that relate to the readers, and what can they expect from that part?
Yeah, well, part of the fun in the story is they have to go get information from this listening doll, a magical doll in Florida. And in order to get this thing to talk, you have to confess your fears and your worries. And for satyrs, who are always trying to be really tough and pretend like they're scared of nothing, it's an interesting challenge to admit that they have fears and worries. And so hopefully that brings some humanity through, even for these kind of silly magical creatures.
Yeah, yeah, and for the youth that are reading it to connect and to see these characters share those worries and fears and maybe kind of spark something in them if they need to do the same. So relatable. Love that. Now, you have some exciting news, too. I've heard little whispers and birdies around have told me that you've maybe signed, or Fablehaven has signed with Angel Studios. What does that mean? What's happening?
Yes, there's filmmakers trying to make a Fablehaven movie,
okay.
and they've got distribution through Angel Studios. There's been, over the years, many times they've tried to make a Fablehaven movie, and so I've learned not to hold my breath too much, but this has moved farther than it's gone so far, to have the filmmakers with the script and a distribution in place with a strong distributor, and so hopefully that means in the next year or two, we'll see a Fablehaven film.
Okay, fingers crossed, because I think a lot of people would be so excited about that. And you've been all over the country, and you've talked to young readers, students. What is your message for these young readers who maybe actually want to be authors?
Yeah, I mean, I talk to kids about how reading and creating build imagination. Because I think having a rich inner life and a strong imagination helps you no matter what you do in life, whether you're creating stuff or whether you're just trying to avoid boredom. For me, it's been kind of key to making my life happy and successful.
Yeah, great. And now you've got a big launch party this weekend that I hear is free. Tell me about that. Yeah,
that's right. It's at Cottonwood High School Auditorium in Murray on Saturday at 6 p.m. We're putting on a big show. I used to run a comedy group called Divine Comedy at BYU. And so I'll have a bunch of my comedy friends come out, costumes, and we make it a big event. It is a free event. You just have to go to shadowmountain.com and order tickets.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Brandon. That sounds like a blast, and congratulations again.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for having me.